Hello and welcome to 5 Year Club video number 255. I looked up several things today. I looked up car debt and things about emergency funds and savings rates, but it's all stuff that we've talked about before. If you don't know what I'm talking about with that stuff, go and Google Dave Ramsey, R-A-M-S-E-Y, baby steps, and read through all 7 baby steps, and that will get you started with some financial basics. Today, something a little bit more abstract, 5 much better alternatives to Quicken and Mint. If you don't currently have an automated way to track your financial situation, you need one. And I don't particularly care which one you use, but you need some kind of service on top of your bank account, on top of any investment accounts, on top of any debt accounts that you have, that's putting your entire financial life together, that's adding up all these numbers for you on a regular basis, because it's too much of a pain in the ass to do on your own, so that you can maintain an accurate picture of your net worth without actually thinking about it. I use Personal Capital, and that's what I recommend. There are some alternatives. Let's read a bit about them. So Quicken and Mint. Mint, most recently, has really not been good for me. They've been super focused on selling me credit cards and talking about my credit score. They actually took out features that made them worth visiting. Even it was like basically the last reason why I kept them was because of these certain category breakdowns they did, and they don't seem to have them anymore in their app. So I'm like, well, that's the end of my Mint usage. And in fact, I think I might just close the account entirely because I don't like keeping loose ends. And Quicken, Quicken is actually owned by the same company that owns Mint. Intuit actually bought Mint. And Quicken, for me, maybe it's good. I've heard that the PC version is better than the Mac version. I really don't want like a computer program to do this for me. I want a web application so I can access it anywhere, so I have a nice phone version to view it with. So Quicken doesn't hold much appeal for me. I'm not even sure what it would do that the others don't. So let's read Rob Berger's article, 5 much better alternatives to Quicken and Mint. I have fond memories of using Quicken. As crazy as this may sound, Quicken showed me just how powerful computers could be. I was no longer just playing games or writing programs to count to 100. I was managing my finances on a computer or writing programs. Rob Berger. Come on, you're a Forbes author. You need to be better than that. And that is a super old calculator. Is that Texas Instruments or Hewlett Packard? I think it's Texas Instruments, because if this was Hewlett Packard, we would see a larger enter button right there. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to look up that calculator and see which one it is, but got to move on before I get too nerdy. Mint had a similar effect, only with the internet. Now no longer tethered to a hard drive, I could manage my finances from any place where I could get an internet connection. Sadly or not, both programs have lost a step or two. Quicken is clunky by today's standards, and I've heard multiple complaints about Mint, especially about updating information from financial institutions. And I gotta say, this is totally true for me. They doubled all of my retirement accounts. And so there were 2 versions of each account. And so when it added up my net worth, it was like way higher than it should have been because it had all this like fake data. And I don't think they ever fixed it properly in my account. So I think I lost some historical data there. It was not good. There are, however, several great alternatives to Quicken and Mint. We'll look at 5 of the best replacement options, the first of which is an advertiser on my personal finance blog, not mine, but apparently this guy's. It also happens to be my favorite and the one I use every day, Personal Capital. Personal Capital has become an extremely popular tool to manage money. There are several reasons for this. First, it's free. Second, Personal Capital's financial dashboard manages every aspect of a person's finances. It tracks cash flow and enables you to see spending by account and category. Further, it's a great tool to track your investments. It enables you to link all of your investment accounts. Once linked, Personal Capital provides a wealth of information about your portfolio, from asset allocation to investing fees. This tool gives you easy insight into your investment portfolio. This is particularly helpful if you, like me, have multiple retirement and taxable accounts. Finally, Personal Capital offers a retirement planning tool. You can see if you are on track to retire as planned. It even provides useful data on 529 accounts you may have for your children and tracks the value of real estate, which personally I cut the real estate out because I found that the estimations for it were not particularly accurate, and in my case, the fluctuation in real estate price dominates the daily movements and it's just very distracting. Number 2 is YNAB. You need a budget. For those focused exclusively on their budget, there's nothing better than YNAB, short for You Need a Budget. I've tried virtually every budgeting tool available, and YNAB is, without question, the most effective. It uses a familiar spreadsheet format that's very easy to use. Categories can be assigned to your spending automatically. Once you've used the software for about a month, you'll rarely need to categorize expenses manually, and YNAB follows a very interesting approach to budgeting. The goal is to live off of the money you earned the previous month. As a result, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. It may take some time to get there, but I found YNAB to be the best tool to support this type of prudent financial management. And I haven't used YNAB personally, but if you are not on a budget now and you want to get on a budget, I think YNAB is a great place to start. And being on a budget is more important than knowing all this personal capital stuff. Just FYI. Because you might not know your net worth, but if you know that you're saving 20%, that's what you need to be doing. Banktivity. For those with a Mac looking for software, Banktivity is an excellent choice. Much like Quicken, you can connect bank accounts, credit cards, mortgages, and even investment accounts. Once connected, Banktivity manages your entire financial life in one place. I found connecting accounts to be, while not perfect, workable. I've successfully connected investment accounts from major brokers, a mortgage on an investment property from Chase, and credit cards from Citi, Capital One, and other issuers. What I found most appealing about Banktivity is that it just works. There is, however, one downside: the cost. The software set me back $65, which by itself would be fine. However, if I want to automatically download transactions, I must pay an annual fee of nearly $45. In the end, the cost was worth it, but it's an important consideration, particularly when tools such as Personal Capital are free. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. No interest from me because it's not free. For Dave Ramsey fans, every dollar is a good option. It's an online budgeting and money management tool. Yeah, so this is Dave Ramsey trying to get into this space. It comes in both a free and paid version. The paid version adds, among other things, online connectivity to your financial institutions. And I would say without this, don't bother. You need the automatic updating of your bank account transactions because it's too much of a pain in the butt to do by hand. The budget is broken down into categories such as housing, transportation, and food. You can customize expense categories. Without the paid version, however, it's an entirely manual process. For those following Dave's baby steps, they are integrated into the budget. For example, save $200 and you'll see baby step number 1. Save $1,000 for emergency funds, increase by $200. Power Wallet. The last Mint and Quicken alternative on our list is Power Wallet. This online budget tool enables you to link bank accounts, credit cards, loans, and investment accounts. I found the linking process to be smooth, with 2 exceptions. I was unable to link a retirement account at Fidelity and credit cards from Citi. Well, that's not promising because Personal Capital has worked with pretty much everything. Power Wallet uses a cash flow model of budgeting in the dashboard. It shows you your cash flows, inflows, outflows, and what's left. It also highlights your top spending categories. It does use an advertising model for revenue, so be prepared to see some advertisements. Meh. Connectivity. One persistent problem with all personal finance software is issues with connecting to financial institutions. I have yet to use one that didn't have at least 1 or 2 problems. I found Personal Capital to be the one tool with the fewest problems, but you should expect to encounter some connectivity issues regardless of which tool you use. So I agree with this. I know the software problems associated with connecting to banks and how the banks change things, and you have to fix your software. And if you're connecting with several hundred different financial institutions to give, people all the options of their different accounts, you constantly have to monitor all of those institutions for changes, and they do change. So it's a pain in the butt. But if you have some good testing software, automated testing software, you should be able to stay on it, blah, blah, blah. Engineering details, who cares? If you don't have anything right now, Personal Capital is my number 1 pick. If you are more budget focused, YNAB. And I think it costs a little bit of money, but YNAB, no one says that YNAB's not worth the money. So I'm not worried about it. And if not that, Banktivity, every dollar, Power Wallet, whatever. If you just like the name of them, who cares? All right, well, that is it for financial... Blah, blah, blah. That's not the name of the channel. That is it for 5-Year Club video number 255. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fabulous evening.